And welcome to the Howard Eskin Show. As we are live on Saturday morning, but again, you can watch this at any time. Um, and you can be today what we're doing, and I hope people have made it through the storms in different parts. If you're watching from the Philadelphia area or listening from the Philadelphia area, there was a nasty, it wasn't long, but it was nasty. I lost my electricity. I lost my internet and cable. Both are back. I hope yours is back. But this is your day. Today is your day. Actually, they're all your days. Let's be honest about it. They're all your days on the Howard Eskin Show, which is, and I'm proud to say, presented by Stillwell Financial Advisors, because they can help you. I can help you in different ways, but I can't help you like Jeff Stillwell can help you. Any kind of wealth that you want to find ways to invest in this crazy country and world we live in right now, Jeff Stillwell can help you with Stillwell Financial Advisors. Uh, he knows his stuff. Good guy, great guy, not a good guy, great guy, regular guy. And that's important too. So, I'm telling you, I was impressed. You will be too. Here's his number 732-343-0813. Jeff Stillwell, our presenting sponsor, Stillwell Financial Advisors. All right. As I said, you can be a part of the show. I want you to be a part of the show. It's just like I have people come up to me all the time. I missed you on Saturday morning. I'm here. I'm back. And I've been back for a while. And some people hesitate to join the show, whether you call it a call or Lincoln. You can treat it as a call. If people are sensitive, and I don't know why you'd be sensitive about going on camera, when you click into the link, as you see at the bottom of the screen, when you click into the link to join the show, and there's going to be some topics that I want to address with you. When you click to join in the show, you can turn the camera off and just treat it as a call. You can, do it whatever way you want to do it. So I encourage you to be a part of it and to reward you. And you know what? And I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to be the person that selects the winner. And there will be a winner of a pair of Oakley sunglasses, and everybody that's received them, that's won them, have been happy. How can you not be happy with a pair of Oakley sunglasses valued at about $200? How can you not be happy? Some days we give away the Oakley, some days we give away the Chickies and Pete's gift certificate. Both great items to give away. But we are going to select, and I say we, and I'll be a small part of it. Callers that, and whatever you want to call it, podcasters, whatever you want to call it, that are energized with what they have to say, with their conversation is engaging, whatever it may be. We will select somebody to be a winner of the Oakley sunglasses with your participation. So although you have to work for it, you really don't have to work for it. You're just participating in the show. All right, there's some topics that I want to discuss today. Has to do with the Phillies. I know you're all cranked up about a win on Friday night. Don't get too excited. They still, of the 10 runs, 6 were scored in one inning. There's still 6 runs, but well, anyway, we'll get into it. The Sixers, they are still a joke. And I've got to address, Andy Reid was on the show last time, and you still get people that criticize. I don't understand. This guy's the best coach in football, but we're going to get into that. We'll have you talk about it. And Shedeur Sanders is a nitwit, a moron, and a dope again. But before we get to that, I want to tell you, and I think it's good that I tell you, because we have, I see Smith KJ. I missed my Saturday mornings. Well, you got him back. I've been here. How about the Greg from Clearwater? Greg's checking in from Clearwater, a Phillies fan. Hey, Greg, nice to have you aboard from Clearwater. Uh, it just you want to participate in the show, you have something to say, uh, you're welcome. But welcoming our sponsors, and that's the most important thing. There you go. Cut the cord with Jason, Piazza Property Pros, Audi Westchester, Audi Westchester, and I got a deal for you with Audi Westchester right now, and it's just to you. That's right, you who are watching and listening to the show. A great lease deal at Audi Westchester, 2025 Audi A3 Quattro. It's only $439 a month. For people that are shopping for automobiles, that is a great deal. $439 a month on a new 2025 A3 or the 2025 A5 Sport Pack for only $529 a month. All you need is $2,500 down plus taxes and registration fees to lease a new 2025 Audi A3 Quattro or Audi A5 Sport Pack, 36 months, 7,500 miles. But you can call, but obviously you want to go out and see the vehicle. Located 1421 Wilmington Pike. Special offer, 2025 A3 Quattro, $439 a month, or a 2025 A5 Sport Pack for only $529 a month. If you need a number, go to AudiWestchester.com for more information. But you have the information right now. I'm telling you, it won't last long. It is a great opportunity for you if you're looking for a vehicle. And you want to take care of your property. You want to do some nice things to your property. Piazza Property Pros. I mean, when you see what they can do with building a pool, it's sensational. When you see what they can do with landscaping, excavation, fencing, pool maintenance, 25 years of experience, kind of should tell you everything you need to know. And because it's their people, they don't subcontract. It's really good. Trust Piazza Property Pros. Here's the number: 610-566-2608, 610-566-2608 for a free consultation, or check them out at piazzaoutdoor.com. And Jason calling Jason. Tired of overpaying for cable TV? Then you have to cut the cord with Jason. Uh, it's the best way to go in today's world. Save you money. Jason offers an incredible service that will save you lots of money on your monthly TV bill. Now, here's what people who have hired Jason have had to say. He's a smart guy who can save you money with TV and streaming. Lloyd uh, put in that kind of pat on the back for Jason. Okay. Also, we've saved lots, and I have recommended him to numerous others. Happy with cut the cord clients. It just other. It's just, hey, Marie, uh, you got the service, and obviously she loves it. Another another fine endorsement of Cut the Cord with Jason. Helpful, kind, and a good teacher when you change your TV service. And Eden, and I see Eden is up there, obviously, I guess, with his wife or girlfriend. But nonetheless, another great endorsement. People love to Cut the Cord with Jason. For more information and save you lots of money, at the number 215 801 5858, 215 801 5858. All right, let me tell you what the things that I want to address today. And I see there's some people that want to join the program, and you will be rewarded if you bring some juice to the program. People are excited with the Phillies Friday night win against the Mets. Know that the Mets, the Mets stink right now. The Mets absolutely stink right now. And the reason they've lost, counting Friday night's loss, 7 in a row. Mets have pitching woes. They have some issues. They really have some issues. But with that all, the game was tied 2-2 going into the bottom of the sixth inning. The Phillies just don't generate runs consistently. Against Miami, and Miami stinks the series before. On Thursday, they scored 2 runs. Wednesday, they scored 4 runs, and they struggled to do that. Tuesday, what I said, Thursday 2, Wednesday 4, Tuesday 3, and then Monday they had a game with Miami. They needed, I think it was 2 runs in the eighth or 3 runs in the eighth, 2 runs in the eighth to get to 5. They do struggle. And there's something, I know people aren't going to believe me on this. I've been told by some, I'll say within the Phillies, that they feel like they're a better team without Harper. Remember, Harper hasn't played. I don't know that he changes things because he's not having a great year. He's been hurt 3 of the last 4 years, and they have 6 years left with him. So I'm not sure, and they're not going to trade him. Obviously, people talk about, well, trade Harper. I don't know that Harper's not what he used to be. Still a good player, but right now, I don't believe he's a Hall of Fame player. Again, he's got 6 years left, and he can add on that. 345 home runs don't get you into the Hall of Fame, and people don't realize he's only knocked in 100 runs twice in his 14-year career. Only twice, once with Washington and once with the Phillies. Castellanos, it's okay. He's okay. He and obviously went off on Rob Thompson, and he shouldn't have in front of. If he didn't do it in front of other people, he probably wouldn't have sat out that game. He's okay, and he's here another year. Schwarber is interesting, really interesting. He's on the last year of his contract, and this is what people think could happen within the organization. They tried to offer Schwarber a contract in spring training for 3 years, the same money he's getting right now. Turned it down. The belief is, and he's making like 17 and a half or 18 million a year. They believe Schwarber's going to want over 30 million a year. And because he hit so many home runs, he might get it. 3 years at probably around $100 million. Can you believe that? But he's going to get it. And I don't think the Phillies are going to want to pay that. They certainly don't want to pay that, because their whole situation with their contracts because of the Harper and Turner contract. Trey Turner is a terrific person. Nice player, can hit, but his defense, he's a DH is what he is, or a center fielder. So you have issues there. And Aaron Nola, I've been hearing that he probably will be out until August. He'll probably be out until August. So that's not good. I want to talk about the Sixers. Ace Bailey refuses to come in for a workout. I guess he just doesn't want to play with the Sixers. They still may have to take him at 3. And I want to find out, and this is what I want to find out from people. Andy Reid is a great coach, not a good coach, a great coach, the best in the NFL right now. One of the top 3, probably all time. I don't think Belichick's even in the top 5. One of the top 3 of all time at worst. But people still rip him because he doesn't say anything. He said something when we had him on the podcast on the last show. He did say something. He did. He was engaging. He was funny. He took a shot at Angelo. When I said he still buries him, he said he's a better grave digger. Andy Reid said he's a better grave digger. Maybe he is. But why do people still rip Andy Reid? He didn't win a Super Bowl for the Eagles, but he didn't throw 3 interceptions in that Super Bowl game against the Patriots. That was a little bit of an issue. A little bit. That was an issue, even although Donovan McNabb is the best quarterback in Eagles history. He really is the best quarterback. Will Jalen Hurts get to that level? He's got to do it quite a few more years. Donovan had great numbers. He didn't get it done for a Super Bowl, but he had great numbers. So, but I just want to know why people keep on ripping Andy Reid. And I've got a deal with Shedeur Sanders, and Shady McCoy made a comment that was outrageous, outrageous that he points this out, and we're going to have that towards the end of the program. All right, there's some people that want to join us on the program. Joe, we still have those people there waiting to join us. Tony, Tony never fails. Okay, go ahead, Tony. Let's see if you can get it right this time. Go ahead, Tony. All right, Tony, you want to center up your camera there? Go ahead, Tony. Speak. Do you have the audio on, Tony? Tony, I'm only giving you two chances this time. You got to rejoin and do it again. I'm only giving you two chances. I'm not going to play games with you this time, Tony. I know you're a nice guy, but this is not rocket science. This is not rocket science. Uh, as Adam says, good morning to all the dopes and nitwits. Tony, you're somewhere in that level because you can't get it done. I saw somebody else wanted to click on it one time. Did somebody else want to join the program? Somebody dropped off. All right. This is your show, and this is your chance to win the Oakley sunglasses. Some of these guys, JC Sports. Tony still didn't learn. I don't know why Tony finds it so difficult. Tony, I'm going to rip you. I'm going to rip you. It's not rocket science. And I guess Joe is pissed off at me because it only takes one run to win the game. Now, in a lot of cases, it takes more than one run. It takes one more run to win the game. So if you're going to send a comment, make sure you send it, and he sent it on Facebook. Make sure you send it correctly. All right. Uh, and you type it out correctly. Tony, this is your last chance. If you don't do it this time, and if people want to join, the links on the screen, the links in the chats, it's just, all right, Tony, let's try it again. That's it. That's it. That's it. Tony, you're done. You're done. You're done, Tony. This is not rocket science. No, no, no. That's it. I gave him four times last time. That's it. That's it, Tony. You'll have to try again next time we do this. And on Saturdays, I might take calls. I see Charles, who I think at one time was a winner of something here on the program. Harper might be overrated for sure. So, I just wonder. I can't take Tony again. I just can't. I'm not going to play games. Tony, I'm sorry. I can't take you again because you can't get it right in two times. I'm not taking you again. I'm not taking you. It's just, it's too much of a, it's, other people, you know, kind of wonder about you, Tony. But hey, listen, I appreciate you wanting to join, but you got to do it right the first time next time. All right. Somebody asked me if I went to Allen Iverson's 50th birthday party. No, but I wished him a happy birthday. I did send him a text to wish him a happy birthday. Uh, and Danny does not believe the Sixers are going to get it right, and I don't believe Danny. Let me address that, and I'm going to address it with everybody out there. I don't believe they're going to get it right either, because with the third picks that they've had, um, they have not gotten it right. Because Embiid was not right. You can say what you want, and he was the third pick. He was only the third pick because he was hurt. They didn't really want him. They tried to trade for Wiggins at the time, and I think it was Minnesota that had that pick that didn't want to trade with the Sixers. Uh, they haven't gotten it right at the third pick. They haven't gotten it right at the first pick. Uh, 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 it's just like, how can you trust the 76ers? And here is a bigger issue and a bigger problem. Somebody said, beat it, Tony. Tony, you got to get it right the first time. It's not hard to click on the link, which you see on the screen, and it's in the chats. Yeah, they still have Embiid for 3 more years. They have Paul George for 3 more years. 2 bad signings by Daryl Morey. Two bad signings. Awful signings. You signed Embiid to an extension when he was hurt. And I love people, some of the salespeople who try to get people to buy season tickets say, well, they can, if he's deemed uh, not healthy enough to play by the NBA, you can get his money back off the cap. And I've mentioned this before. That's all well and good. The problem with that is it comes off the cap if they deem him unhealthy to be able to physically play. However, the Sixers still have to pay him that $62.5 million a year. So, what makes anybody think that the Sixers are going to pay him $62.5 million a year, which they have to do? But what makes people think that they're going to add another really good player, maybe at that position or another position? So, for one roster spot, if you pay somebody 30 or 40 million dollars, that's basically $100 million for one roster spot. It may come off the 62 and a half might come off your cap, but it still costs the organization money. And Josh Harris just wants to make money, doesn't want to spend money. He just doesn't want to spend money. He just wants to. They're not increasing the price of tickets. They should reduce the price of tickets, but that's another story for another time. But I don't believe in the Sixers, and I don't think most fans believe in the Sixers. I see John wants to know when Arthur is going to be a guest. I can't get a hold of Arthur. I think Arthur. I hope he has not passed away, but he's obviously in the joint without a phone. Can't get a phone in the joint. Arthur is. This might be a long one. He's been gone for a while. Uh, uh, I see Herb. My opinion on the Lakers selling the team. It's when you get to a certain age. Like, what do you need? Like, what did Jerry Buss need to own the team? What did the Buss family need to own the team for? They can have a lot more fun. That team's not go. The Lakers aren't going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. So what's the difference? Um, I see. Tony was going to tell me he thinks Jalen Hurts has already passed Donovan McNabb just by winning the Super Bowl championship. Now it comes over its numbers, its wins. They have a better team now than Donovan McNabb. He has not passed Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb. People. That's another thing. People don't want to give Donovan McNabb credit. They do. They just. Just they don't want to give Donovan McNabb credit. He deserves credit. He really does. Somebody said Arthur's probably in solitary confinement. I wouldn't be shocked if he's in solitary confinement. All right. I saw somebody had a comment about Kyle Schwarber. Do you believe Kyle Schwarber is worth $100 million for 3 years beyond this? Now, I know he hits a lot of home runs. Sometimes, and I don't know if you worry about his age with him. I don't, I don't, I don't know. But they really need to find a way to keep Kyle Schwarber. And I don't think they're going to pay him $100 million over 3 years. But that's an interesting situation. I see somebody with a question here. Should the Sixers trade Maxey to acquire more picks and just build around Jared McCain? Well, I will say this. It's an interesting dynamic. Maxey is probably the only player on that team with any real value, any real trade value. I don't know that Jared McCain is a good starting guard, point guard or two guard, but you can't play those two together. It was great that the Sixers drafted Jared McCain, but they can't play them together. They're too small. that creates you don't have enough size at the guard position if you play them together. You can't play them together. So that's an interesting question. Um, that's an interesting question. And I see David doesn't think that Kyle Schwarber's worth $100 million over the next 3 years, but that is the market. He's going to get paid, and he will get paid. Uh, he's going to get paid. But as far as the Sixers, that's an interesting dynamic. Um, that really is an interesting dynamic to trade Tyrese Maxey. I would do it. I would do it. I don't know if people would do it or if fans really would be happy with it, whether they have no say in it. Um, but you got to do something. You got to do something uh, because this team can't win even with whatever draft pick they made. Brian says Embiid will never play again. He'll play, but he won't play 50 games a year. He'll play. If you want to join the program, the link on is on the chat and it's on the screen if you want to join the program. And I asked a question at the beginning of the show, and here was the I don't understand why people continue to criticize Andy Reid. I see John Norvasis is calling. He's in Louisiana, so he can hear me from Louisiana. Hey, great, John. By the way, you can get. Doesn't matter where you are for our title sponsor, Stillwell Financial Advisors, because you can get his help wherever you may be. But whatever. Why do people still want to criticize the best coach in football? He's coached 26 years. I know he didn't win a Super Bowl here. I think he got the 5 conference championships. But in 26 years, uh, in 26 years, Andy Reid has only had 2 losing seasons. There's not many coaches that coach that long, and he did it without Tom Brady. Bill Belichick has Tom Brady. Bill Belichick's not even in my top 5 all-time coaches. Not in my top 5. Um, um, it's just he's not in my top 5. And I see Jim. Only reason there's a Super Bowl here, is that what you're trying to say? Andy Reid's a top 5 coach in history. He's a top 3 coach in history. I see that. Uh, um, but Andy Reid didn't win a Super Bowl here because Donovan McNabb threw 3 interceptions. That's why he didn't win a Super. They only lost by, I think it was 3 points. Well, they lost, and that's all that matters. But the Eagles, Jalen Hurts played well in the Super Bowl, but the Eagles won that Super Bowl because of their defense. They won because of their defense to keep them in the game, gave the Eagles great field position because of their defense. I don't know. I have no idea why people don't like Andy Reid. And there's, they talk about his comments at news conferences. Well, he explained why he doesn't want to throw the players under the bus. And I guess I can appreciate that. You probably got to give more than you want to give, but so I see. Do we have Jason? All right, Jason is on the line in one way or another. Jason, I know you'll talk about his comments at news conferences. Jason, you're on.
Hey Howard, how you doing?
How are you?
So Howard, August 15th, what's the Phillies starting rotation?
August 15th. Taiwan Walker is going to be in the starting rotation.
Come on.
If you don't, busting your chops. What's the starting rotation? Well, Wheeler, and no in no specific order. Wheeler, Sanchez, Suarez, Lazarus, um, August 15th. You've got to remember Aaron Nola is, if he's not coming back to August, then he's got to go through basically a spring training.
Right.
I don't know who their fifth starter is. Who would you make their fifth starter?
Well, what's going on with Andrew Painter? Is he coming up?
You know what? I think Painter's going to be long relief. I don't think they want to. That would be a desperation move. He's going to come up, but they don't want him to pitch that many innings. I don't know that Painter will be a starter, but they might. The fifth start. If Aaron Nola is not ready, the fifth starter. First of all, Rob Thompson takes Zach Wheeler out after 5 innings. These and the Phillies were lucky to win that 2-1 game against Miami because the pitcher that Miami was throwing at the Phillies was just what he threw 70 pitches and they took
Yeah.
him out of the game. It's a joke. It's a
Yeah.
joke, these guys now. But that could be a bullpen game where Painter might throw 3 or 4 innings.
Now, how
Uh,
about Lazardo's inning count? Because in the last couple of years, he's basically had injuries. I think last year he only pitched 60 or so innings, maybe 70. Is that going to be a concern? Come August.
you know what? I'm not sure. He might maybe he goes to long relief. I
Yeah.
see somebody said that Dombrowski said that Painter will not pitch in the bullpen. I don't think he's going to pitch at the back end of the bullpen, but Painter could be that fifth starter, and it could be basically a bullpen game. I don't think Painter will go more than 4 innings when he start if he starts for the Phillies.
So I
So the first four, I think the first four, uh, I kind of locked in. It's the fifth starter that uh, it's just. I see Pat O'Connor said Thompson took Wheeler out of the game 6 of the World Series after 68 pitches.
yeah.
I don't know if it was that few pitches. These managers that take guys out after a certain number of pitches when they're pitching great, um, it's unbelievable. So I gave you four, and
Yeah.
the fifth, if it's Painter, he's not going to go. I don't think he's going to go more than 4 innings.
So so I,
Just let me ask you the question about Schwarber since you talked about the Phillies.
yeah, sure.
Would you give Schwarber 100 million over the next 3 years?
Dollar wise, I'm okay with it. I won't go longer than 3 years, right? I just think he's got the type of body that's going to start to break down as he gets into his mid 30s and stuff. So,
Yeah, but if
uh,
he's only a DH, he's just swinging the bat 4 or 5 times a game.
yeah, I hear you. Um,
Home run hitters usually last a longer time. See, but Harper wants to be a home run hitter, but I don't think he's a true home run hitter.
yeah,
At best, he gets 30 home runs a year. He won't have 400 home runs by the end of next year. He's 55 away.
yeah,
So he's not a true home run hitter, but true home run hitters kind of last a little longer. Uh,
yeah. I think it's important to keep Schwarber, however you could, but I still would like to limit the years.
you,
No
you,
more
so
than
you,
3 years.
yeah, well, I don't think they'd give him more than 3 years. But if he gets 100 million for 3 years, he's doing okay for himself because I think it's probably his last contract.
Yeah,
So why not take? He's gonna want the money. He's not going to be this hometown discount nonsense. Not on your last contract.
right.
Um, but remember you have the 300 million plus contracts. You're still stuck with.
Yeah.
It's just. Were you an Andy Reid fan, Jason?
Um, I think he's a great coach. I think unfortunately at the time that he left, it was probably time for him to move on from here. But I think he's top five coach of all time in the
Uh,
league.
well, he's top three coach of all time.
Probably. Yep. Yep.
Okay, who name the coaches? And no special order. I got Reed. I got Bill Walsh.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Tom Landry. Don't you have to put Tom Landry in there?
Yeah. I agree. And you know what? Say what you want about Belichick, but he's got to be somewhere in
Well,
the top
without
five
Tom
or top
Brady, he's
10.
won nothing. Rodney Harrison told me he'd be 9-7 without Tom Brady.
I hear you. I hear you.
He's
Um,
not in there without Tom Brady. It's all Tom Brady. He's won nothing without him, and now he's an embarrassment to coaching because of that,
yeah.
because of his gold digger girlfriend. Uh, Tom Landry, I know I'm missing somebody.
Well, Chuck Noll. I mean,
Yeah, you know what? I always forget Chuck Noll and once 4 Super Bowls, right? Four
Yep.
Super Bowls. Chuck Noll. So then we got four, and I know there was somebody else I had in the mix. Oh, Jimmy Johnson,
Sure.
Jimmy Johnson, and there's somebody else that I had in the mix. Don Shula. Don
Yeah.
Shula won most of all time.
Yep.
So now 2-4. I don't even have Belichick in the top six. Really. And you know what? Somebody else, I just see Ron Garrison says
Well,
Joe Gibbs.
that's a
I
good
think
one.
Joe Gibbs is a better coach than Belichick.
Yeah, Joe Gibbs.
So
Got
that's
got it.
seven. That's seven. I mean, it's not even close. He's not
Yeah.
better than any one of those. You're going to tell me Belichick is better than any one of those coaches? Uh-uh. Nope. Nope. Even if you take Bill Walsh out, because he had Joe Montana. Uh, Chuck Noll had Terry Bradshaw. Terry Bradshaw didn't. He had good numbers, not great numbers. He was borderline Hall of Fame,
Yeah.
but he had a great team. Jimmy Johnson, Troy Aikman is a really good quarterback. Again, and somebody else put, Vince Lombardi. You know what? Vince Lombardi, and that goes way back, is ahead of Belichick. But, it's just Don Shula didn't have, he had Bob Greasy, good quarterback, not a great quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Joe Gibbs had Theismann and had, I think, didn't he win with Doug Williams? And did Mark Rippon? Did
Mark
he?
Rippon. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Early '90s Rippon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so think about that. These
Yeah.
guys, Belichick's not even in my top. Now that I look at it, he's not even in the top seven.
Oh,
All right.
Parcells too. Yeah. Bill Parcells. You have to
Yeah.
throw.
So see, now you're even agreeing with me, right? You're
I
even
hear
agreeing.
you, but I mean, come. All right. He's top 20 at least. Come on. Yeah.
Would you say top what?
Top 20.
Oh yeah, top 20. I'll give you
Okay. All
top
right.
20. But he might not be in the top 10. There'll
And
probably be people he might not even be in the top 10.
even though Walsh had Montana, he designed that West Coast offense. Like he's the originator of
Yep.
that. So you have to.
Well,
He,
the other thing with Belichick, they say, well, he won what, 6 Super Bowls? Was it six?
I believe six. Yeah.
Okay, but whatever, he didn't win. Two of them were given to him. Um, Shanahan gave him one when he was up by what, 21? I don't know, 11 points with 8 minutes to go on the 21-yard line,
Yeah.
and he tries to pass the ball instead of kicking a field goal. If you go up by 11,
Yeah.
there's no way the Patriots are going to win that game.
And
And then Pete
Dan
Carroll
Quinn,
went.
right? Dan Quinn
Well,
gave him one too.
when did Dan Quinn give him? Well, Dan
Atlanta.
Quinn was Atlanta, but the offensive coordinator was Shanahan. That's
Yeah.
why
Yeah. Yes.
I blame
Yes. Correct.
Shanahan.
Correct.
Shanahan called the plays, and then also Pete Carroll, instead of running the ball with Marshawn Lynch,
Oh, that was
he
big.
has, Russell Wilson passed the ball and it's intercepted.
Yeah.
That's a loss. So he was given 2 Super Bowls. So, and without Tom Brady, he doesn't win squat. All right. Hey, Jason, I appreciate the call. Uh,
Long time listener, Howard, from the '80s. I've been listening to you, bud.
wow, that's good. Hey, Jason, when you clicked in, I guess we saw in case you would be the winner of the Oakley sunglasses. I guess we have your information. But if we don't, you could always send your information. You know what? People ought to send their information who are callers to my website, howardeskin.com. So we have all your information.
Oh, awesome. Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. I appreciate that, Howard.
Okay. I don't know that you won yet, but
Oh, I thought I won. All
no,
right.
no, no, no. But hey, wait a minute. Right now, you're the leader in the clubhouse.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
All right, Jason.
Take
I see somebody says Rich Kotite over Belichick. You know what? I don't know that I'd give you Rich Kotite. I would not. I don't. I do know I wouldn't give you. Rich Kotite was an idiot. It's just Somebody said John Madden. I don't think John Madden coached enough uh, to be over Belichick. I mean, you got to coach. Uh, you got to coach enough. I think you got to coach enough. There was another one that somebody put in there. Um, I don't know. Um, we had Parcells, Mike Holmgren. I see Mike Holmgren. Um, I don't know that I'd put Holmgren over him. Uh, I wouldn't go that far. You know what? The Harbaughs, I might. And we already said Charles. We already said Bill Walsh. I would put John Harbaugh. I would put John Harbaugh. I don't know about Jim Harbaugh because he hasn't coached enough in the NFL. He cheated in college, but so I'm telling you, Belichick might have a hard time making the top 10. All right. I want to play something for you, and I'm going to do that after I take care of some things here. Shady McCoy was absolutely, totally, unbelievably outrageous and stupid. And I like Shady, but he was stupid. And I'm going to play that for you because it's in connection with Shador Sanders, who is, if Cleveland keeps him, he will be nothing but trouble. And I don't think he's a lockdown, stone cold starter in the NFL. All right. So I want to thank our presenting sponsor, as I always want to thank our presenting sponsor. I'm going to get together with Jeff Stillwell, get some more knowledge from him. I'm going to do it next week. But for you, Stillwell Financial Advisors are important if you want to do something with your wealth. And Jeff Stillwell is the guy. I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy, if nothing else, you're going to enjoy the conversation, even if you don't do anything, but at least you'll check it out and you'll figure out what, what you may be able to do with your wealth. Stillwell Financial Advisors, Jeff Stillwell, 732 343 0813. And a great deal, great deal, great deal. When I say great, if you don't check it out and you let this pass you by and you're looking for a new car, you are making a mistake. All right. Audi Westchester. Fun in the showroom. I go in there, I grab a cup of coffee, eat some snacks, say hello to the people. Fun to talk to. A beautiful showroom. Lease a new 2025 Audi A3 Quattro for only $439 a month. $439 a month. That is a great deal. You're not going to get that anywhere else. Or you want an A5 Sportback, another nice looking vehicle from Audi. Only $529 a month. All you need is $2,500 down, plus taxes and registration fees to lease a new. Think about that. That is a. I mean, I think about it more and more when I talk about it. It's a great deal. 2025 Audi A3 or a 2025 Audi A5 Sportback, 36 months, 7,500 miles per year. Stop by Audi Westchester. New facility, 1421 Wilmington Pike. Um, this offer won't last long, so check it out. $439 a month for a 2025 A3. $529 a month for a 2025 A5 Sportback. Audi Westchester, 1421 Wilmington Pike, AudiWestchester.com. So, and you can check it all out, AudiWestchester.com. Or you want to take care of your property. You want to do some great things to your property. You want to build a pool. I mean, they're building a lot of pools right now, so it might take you a little while, but even if it's fall and you say, you know what, I waited too long, I want to build a pool. Or you need pool maintenance, the fall's a good time to do it. Uh, Piazza Property Pros, 25 years of experience, tells you all you need to know. They don't subcontract, whether it's landscaping, fencing. I have landscaping done by Piazza, done some pool things for me, Piazza. They don't subcontract, which makes it good. Uh, Exceptional results. They'll work within your budget. Here's a number to call: 610 566 2608. 610 566 2608. Or check them out at piazzaoutdoor.com, Piazza Property Pros. And You are tired. I know you're tired of overpaying for cable TV. Well, then what you have to do is cut the cord with Jason. Jason offers an incredible service that will save you money on your monthly TV bill. Here's what people are saying who have hired Jason. You see it right there if you're watching it on the screen. He's a smart guy who can save you money with TV and streaming. That's Lloyd. Gave him some really good props. Or we have Marie. We save lots, and I have recommended him to numerous other happy cut the cord clients. Marie is another testimonial for what Jason does and can do for you and save you money. And he's helpful, kind, and a good teacher when you change your TV service. And that's Eden. Uh, and Eden is happy with Jason to cut the cord. People love to cut the cord with Jason. For more information, save yourself lots of money. 215 801 5858. 215 801 5858. Do we have somebody on the line there, Joe? Uh, okay. Rich, you're on the Howard Eskin show. Uh, you're calling from Virginia? Oh, Rich. I was looking forward to talking to you and seeing what part of Virginia. You got to unmute your mic. There's a switch at the bottom. Yeah. Hey, Rich. Oh, this is not that difficult. Um, when you click on there's icons at the bottom. There's a picture of a microphone. Make sure that the line is not through it. If you want to be on camera, fine. You can have the camera on or you can have the camera off. Rich wanted to join us from Virginia. All right, but before let's hang on to Rich, see if he figures it out. All right, Shadur Sanders was stopped for speeding at 101 miles an hour in a 45 zone. But better than that, listen to Shady. Hey, I love you, Shady, but this is just flat out stupid what you're saying here. Shady McCoy on with Emmanuel Acho on their podcast. Let's hear from Shady.
When I was with the Eagles, it's a guy out there named Dom. Dom, yes. And Dom's job is to take care of the players. Yeah. And every time I'm riding that thing, and I'm in the Maybach, if I'm in the Bentley, if I'm in Rolls Royce, I got the top down the door, and I'm driving real fast. Yeah. And they pull me over. And some people like LaShawn McCoy, and some people don't. And they would give me a ticket. I got so many tickets, I had to call Dom. And you know what Dom did for me? Now, don't put out the statute of limitations is over with, so Dom don't be mad at me. Yeah. But he made a call and got my license back.
You know what? So, hey, Dom does some great things for the Eagles. Big Dom does great things for the Eagles. He does a lot of things that people don't know about. Now people know about this because of Shady. What an idiot. I like Shady, but that was just stupid. I'm going to tell you one time he got a lot of tickets and he got them out of it. That's great. Are you proud that you got a lot of tickets? Shadur Sanders has been stopped twice for speeding. Once is enough. Hey, listen, you got to. Shadur Sanders is an idiot, and I don't know that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think his name got him where he is, but he got too much money in college. He got $5 million his last year at college, so he's a dope and an idiot, Shadur Sanders. But Shady, here's what's beautiful about Shady, and I'm going to out him on this. One time, there may be others. I know Shady was caught driving, listen to this, 145 miles an hour in a 35 zone. Think about that. 145 miles an hour in a 35 zone. Obviously, he lost his license. And apparently, Dom got it back. Big Dom got it back for him. But why would you tell people that you're that disrespectful of the law? Why would you tell people that? Why? Shady, you are flat out stupid. Stupid for doing that. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And that doesn't help Dom. So now people know when somebody's speeding, and the police officer will probably call the Eagles because the players will tell, hey, say call Big Dom. It just. But why would you do that? Because now you're out in him helping people. He helps people, and he does it under the radar. He helps people not for something maybe that egregious. Well, maybe who knows? I don't know all the things that go on there, but come on. And Big Dom does a lot of good things for the Eagles. Why would you? Why would you out him on that? Yeah, you're happy about that. 145 in a 35 zone. Come on, Shady. So you're going to defend Shador Sanders? He's been stopped twice for speeding with his new Rolls Royce. He probably got multiple cars. What does that say? He is not somebody that I'd want in a locker room. He is a dope. All right. If Rich is still there and has figured it out, we'll take him. If not, we're going to move on. All right. All right. Oh, wait a minute. Steve from, well, let's find out. Fort Washington. See, I thought it was Fort something else. Hey, Steve, what's happening, brother?
Hey, King, can you hear me loud and clear?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. So you figured this out, huh? You have figured this out. It's not rocket science, is it? It's not rocket science.
No, it's not rocket science. It took me about half a second to figure it out.
I know. All right, what's up? What's up, Steve?
First of all, Howard, I've commented this before. Your Saturday morning show used to be the equivalent to me as a staple, like Sunday with Sinatra. So you're bringing back this show on YouTube. It hasn't skipped a beat. It's just as good as it ever was. And the combo of the guests and still taking calls is the winning recipe. It's awesome.
All right. Well, let's just tell people it is on YouTube, and people will note if you subscribe to YouTube, you will be notified when I go on live, and then you can always the shows are always on there. It's also on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. It's on Facebook and Instagram, and those are the video audio shows. Now, just audio is on Apple, Spotify, and Amazon Music, but it picked it up on YouTube, which is great. Which is great.
Correct.
So, all right. Do you want to comment on any things that I talked about this morning?
I have a question. I'm a little confused about what Ace Bailey's worried about. If he comes to the Sixers, is he worried about not getting enough touches with Embiid and Paul George in the lineup because they never play anyway?
Okay. Here's what I think. His agent probably told him not to show up because he probably doesn't want to be with the Sixers because he wants to be with a good team. And usually when you're taken at the top of the draft, it's rare. Like I wouldn't be opposed to be taken by San Antonio because with Wemby, they're going to be a good team at some point. And they got lucky to get the first pick. Now, he's not the first pick. So he just wants to go with a good team. I mean, I think his agent told him not to come from the workout and hope the Sixers won't take him. Has nothing to do with playing time. Do you think the Sixers are a good team?
I think they're doomed. I think anyone who is optimistic that Embiid comes back healthy is in denial. And Paul George only plays a lot when he's in a contract year. They are absolutely doomed. And I think
Paul George plays 50 games a year. You're lucky if he plays 50 games a year. He is he's another con guy. And now he's doing his podcast again. Like I don't care about your podcast, Paul George. I don't give a damn. Who cares what you have to say? Get your ass out on the court and play more than 50 games a year. You are right. They are doomed. As I've said this, and I've mentioned this many times, they're 3 to 4 years away from being 3 to 4 years away from being 3 to 4 years away. They are done. They're done for at least the next whatever, as long as they have. Somebody recommended trading Maxey and include Embiid in the trade. Does anybody want that contract? You got to be kidding me.
Even if Embiid's knees were each 100%, he still wouldn't play more than 50 games. That's how doomed of a situation it is. It's not just about his knees. And I'm not ripping him personally because I mean it's weird, Howard, because there's like all these like innuendos that the guy's lazy, that he sits down during scrimmages and whatnot, but no one's really ever like blown the roof off of the story about what's really going on with Joel Embiid and how he's coddled. And I feel like the Sixers, to me, have been like the movie National Lampoon's Vacation. And instead of Wally World, you're trying to get to a championship, and it's just one disaster after another.
Well, here's the problem with Embiid. His health is a problem. We already decided that. He's a me player, plays for himself, doesn't play hard all the time, doesn't listen to the coach. What else do you need? He's not he's not a championship player, and he's not a winning player. And that's a problem. He can con people all he wants. Oh yeah, I want to do this. Oh, you don't. You want your money. He got his money. He's as far as a champion, he's a fraud if he considers himself a championship player. But he got the gold medal. But Steve Kerr didn't even like him. After he got him there, he threw him a bone by putting him on the team. He didn't want to do what the coach said. So then Embiid was pissed he didn't play more minutes. He didn't play more because he didn't do what the coach wanted him to do at the end. But he got a gold medal. That's his championship. Hey, Steve, it's brutal.
And then he needed to ramp up.
Hey, Steve, I appreciate you joining the program. I'll try to do it on like Wednesday night. I got Herm Edwards on, and I don't know how long. I got a lot of stories with Herm. He's funny. He's great. A legendary comment after a game as a head coach, which we all remember. Play to win the game. So we'll get Herm on. But if I don't have callers on Wednesday, Saturday, I'm going to try to do the Saturday show and just get callers on. And more people. It's really, Steve, you can tell them. It's really not hard to join. Right?
It's not rocket science, people.
Yeah. All right, Steve. You have a great weekend, Steve.
All right. Thanks, King.
All right. Thanks for joining the program. And thank you for being a part of the program. And thanks to Stillwell Financial Advisors for being our presenting sponsor. Thanks to Cut the Cord with Jason. Thanks to Audi Westchester. Great deal going on right now. You missed this. You're never going to get this deal again from Audi Westchester. $439 a month for the A3 and $529 for the A5 with $2,500 down plus taxes, registration fees, and 7,500 miles per month. So I want to thank all my partners. I call them partners, my sponsors, Piazza Property Pros. I'm going to see those people later today. They got kind of a party going on that they asked me to come to. I want to stop by. I could be over at Audi Westchester just to say hello to those folks too. So whatever, maybe I'll buy the A3 or I'll buy the A5, whatever. Thanks to Jeff Stillwell as well. Very important to the program. And so are you. Thanks. 732-343. What was that number again? That's all right. I got it. 343-0813. There's your number. And thank you for joining the Howard Eskin Show on this Saturday morning. Everybody have a great weekend. And again, subscribe to YouTube. You'll know when I do the show live. Herm Edwards will be our guest on Wednesday night. I still don't have anybody with the guts. You have no guts. You have no guts to tell me why you don't like why you always rip. Oh, he doesn't talk at news conferences. At this point, I'm over that. I don't give a damn. You get to know the guy. He's smart. His players go to the wall for him. Absolutely, I think the best coach in football right now. And when it's all over, he might be the best coach all time. I've already identified that Bill Belichick has a hard time making the top 10. Everybody have a great weekend. And thanks again for joining us on the Howard Eskin Show.